You're born a capybara. And that's your life. From the very first second, it becomes clear. In this life, you won't be chasing success. Success will come to you one day, sit down by the water, and silently start chewing on some grass. You're born somewhere in South America. It's warm, green, and humid all around. It's all about the river, the swamp, and the feeling that today, you don't have to rush anywhere at all. You're not a tiger, not an eagle, and not even some flashy jaguar with... You're a capybara, the largest rodent on the planet. Yes, technically you're related to a guinea pig, only if that guinea pig had signed up for a premium subscription, bought a lakeside cottage, and achieved inner zen. Your main superpower is looking like you've already figured out everything about life and decided not to stress about it. You spend your first few days with your mom and your group, because capybaras are very social creatures. You're not a lone wolf. You're more like a very friendly dog who loves hanging out with other dogs just like you. Your family lives by the water because, to you, water is a pool, a refuge, an air conditioner, and a philosophical space for contemplating the eternal. For example, why the grass on one side of the bank seems tastier, even though it's literally the same grass. From early childhood, you understand the main principle of a capybara's life. If you can lie down, sit in the water. If you can do both at the same time, congratulations, you've reached a whole new level of existence. Every morning starts without an alarm clock, deadlines, or the feeling that you're already running late. You wake up, stretch, look out the river. Yeah, today I'll be a capybara again. Let's get to work. By working, we mean walking slowly around, chewing grass with the most serious expression on your face, as if the balance of the entire ecosystem depended on your breakfast. In a way, it does, but the main thing is to look impressive. You eat grass, lots of grass, a whole lot of grass. If anyone asks what you eat, the answer is simple. Greens, more greens, and maybe a few aquatic plants for variety. Well, sort of a person. Or rather, a system-level capybara. You don't have those weird human dilemmas. What should it with some water? Yes, she says weed. Did she it was weed. And you know what? You're totally fine with that. Because inner peace begins where the need to choose between 20 different sauces ends. But a capybara's life isn't just about food. It's also about reputation. You have a reputation for being the calmest creature on Earth. Birds perch on your back. Monkeys might hang out nearby. Even other animals sometimes look at you and think, I wish I could be like that. You are literally nature's living room. People can sit on you, warm themselves next to you, or simply find peace in your presence. You're not just an animal. You're an atmosphere. Sometimes a bird lands on your back and goes about its business, as if you weren't a living creature but a very stable platform. And you're like, fine, because a capybara doesn't sweat the small stuff. But morally, it's above it. You have a real knack for networking. While others are attending communication workshops, you just go about your business, and everyone already wants to be around you. No one says, quite the opposite. Everyone thinks, oh, the capybara. Things are going to be calm now. You're a natural stress reliever. But don't think your life is all about relaxation. You're living in the wild, surrounded by creatures who don't see you as a symbol of peace, but rather as a very tasty meal. That's why you always keep water nearby. If things get dangerous, you don't make a big scene. You just dive in quickly. A capybara is right at home in the water. You're an excellent swimmer and can hold your breath for quite a while. For some people, water is a form of relaxation. In fact, your connection to water is on a whole different level. Sometimes only enough so you're just like half the bus. It looks as if you're meditating as so deer stick out of the water and that you've entered the astral plane. And you've got one more crucial daily task: wallowing in the mud. To a human, that sounds like a bad day. To a capybara, it's a spa treatment. Mud helps you cool off, protects your skin, and gives you the look of someone so confident they don't need to prove anything to anyone. You're laying in a puddle, how of all those motivational bloggers. No dramatic outbursts over who looked at whom the wrong way. At most, someone might have claimed to particularly most likely to be relied by the water, by slowly shedding. If you're a male, you might have your own ambitions within the group. But even your ambitions look like two very calm middle managers trying to decide who gets to be in charge of lounging by the shore today. It gets hot during the day, so you adopt the strategy of staying as still as possible. It doesn't look like laziness, it looks like ancient wisdom, who will say, he's not doing anything. But they don't understand. You're conserving energy. Sometimes your life takes on a comical tone. First, a turtle shows up, then a bird, and suddenly you're the neighborhood community center. Everyone's here, doing their own thing. You've got the look of someone who accidentally ended up hosting the party, even though they'd originally just planned to hang out by the water. and yet you still manage to look legendary. One day, the internet will see your photos and think, this is the perfect animal, because you embody everything everyone dreams of, being big, calm, friendly, a little funny, and completely removed from all the senseless hustle and bustle. You aren't trying to become a symbol of inner balance. You're just sitting there. The world itself makes you a symbol. People are voting for the capybara in the election. Of course, you also face everyday challenges. The weather changes, you have to find food. You have to watch out for predators. You have to stay close to your group. Sometimes you have to keep moving, sometimes you have to put up with bugs, the heat, the dampness, and all the other joys of the wild. But even in that, there's a certain capybara-like charm. In the evening, the world grows quieter. The nighttime sounds of nature echo over the water. You lie there with your companions, some are grazing, while others have settled down to rest.
You gaze into the distance with the air of an ancient sage who knows all the secrets of the universe, even though in reality, but that's the magic of it. No one knows what's going on in your head.
You gaze into the distance with the air of an ancient sage who knows all the secrets of the universe, even though in reality you're just a little tired and want to sleep. But that's the magic of it. And so the day goes by. Not the most productive by human standards. No phone calls, no KPIs, no personal branding, no attempts to become a better version of myself by Monday. But by capybara standards, it was a perfect day. You ate, you didn't let yourself get eaten. You took a dip in the water, you hung out with the group, you took in a couple of birds, you kept your sanity. What more could you possibly want? That's your whole life. You don't chase drama, you don't argue with reality, and you don't pretend to be someone else. You're just a capybara. Big, calm, wet, socially successful, and surprisingly content with yourself. And maybe that's exactly why you're ahead of everyone else. Because while the whole world is rushing off somewhere, you're sitting in warm water and a little bird lands on your back. It's the pinnacle of evolution. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed your life as a capybara, please be sure to support the video.